Electoral Commission summons emergency IPAC meeting to discuss preparations towards the 2024 general elections.
Renewed violent attacks break in Bawku in the Upper East region with at least 3 more people killed.
On Constituency Watch today, we focus on the Kroa constituency, where the NPP and the NDC are competing fearlessly to win the people's mandate.
In business this evening, liquefied petroleum gas price hits 18 cedis 61 pesos, a 200% increase since 2021, leading to increased use of charcoal and firewood.
Later in sports, we ask, can the Ghana Black Stars beat Angola to give a glimmer of hope to qualification dreams? We've got details of all these stories, plus many more coming up in the next 60 minutes. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on your DSTV channel 279. You can join us with your views, comments, and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour. Feel free to visit any of our social media pages on Facebook and on X. We begin with violent attacks in the north, which continue to break out in Bawku in the Upper East region, with at least 3 more people killed this week and houses torched in the suburb of Daduri. Now, security sources have confirmed the killings are related to the long-standing chieftaincy conflict in the town, which resurged last month following the return of a rival chief to the town. Now, the latest death increased the death toll to 26. Continues to monitor the situation in Bawku and joins us live with more details. Castro, do we know what instigated this very latest attacks?
The information we are getting is that no direct cause is attributed to this, but it's certainly what caused the resurgence few weeks ago that is still happening from what we gather at the moment.
So, between the time this conflict began till now, how many people have we lost so far?
Agencies put the number at 26. Initially, the death toll was 23. And today we understand that yesterday's overnight gunfire resulted in the death of 3 people. And so if you add that, we have 26. So as we speak now, according to security sources, the death toll as we speak now, as far as the resurgence, 2 weeks ago, stands at 26. But the security agencies also say there could also be excesses, considering that there are sometimes places where they get to hear that deaths occurred here, but they aren't able to find those bodies to be counted and be put into the reports that they do have.
And Castro, what has been the response to this very latest disturbances? Do we know?
Yes, so locals have been speaking. I will be speaking to continue to stress the fact that they don't feel safe because some of these attacks happen in the night. They usually as a result of overnight gunfire, and so they still not understand how there is a curfew that is effective. But then, that's in effect. But then attacks continue to happen, especially in the night. They continue to call for the security agencies to, increase their presence, especially in areas where the fights usually break out, and also to increase their numbers on the highways, particularly where some of these deadly attacks continue to happen. They are very much worried that they are unable to go about their daily activities, as sometimes a lot of shops within the municipality, particularly where the fights happen, do not operate, and that is having an impact on socio-economic activities and their lives in general.
Castro, that's going to be my final question to you. We know the entry of the rival chief, has been reported, must have resulted in this very renewed conflict. Do we know if he's still lurking in town?
That I can't independently verify, but then from what I'm told, security agencies say the situation is they are trying to bring the situation under control, and they are trying to engage with the factions to see how best they can resolve the issue. The matter of the rival chief in town is something that is very delicate, and not so many people would like to talk about it. And so when you speak to authorities, they are very careful to talk about it because they don't want to, inflame tensions in the town, with their comments on that issue. Local authorities who sometimes would speak to me off camera tell me that the good thing is that they are trying to engage the two factions to find a lasting solution, because it appears the residents themselves want lasting solutions so that they are able to go about their activities so that Bawku can bounce back to its old glory. Purposes.
Castro Senyala is our Upper East correspondent, bringing us the very latest details to disturbances there. Let's hop on to Zoom right now. Dr. Victor Doke is a security consultant and a lecturer at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. Thanks, sir, for your time. I'm sure you've been monitoring this very latest disturbances up in the north. What's your reaction to what's just happened today?
Thank you very much, and then say hello to you and then the viewers. I think it's very worrying what is consistently happening with regards to the recurrence of cacophonous shootings and then armed confrontations in Bawku. Now, this also tells us that we are stakeholders, state institutions, civil society have not been able to have any sort of solutions to address this current situation. Now, when you look at the dynamics in Bawku now, which has changed drastically, first of all, with regards to the entry of the gentleman Alaji Seidu, and then, not knowing exactly his whereabouts in Bawku makes the situation very uncertain. So you can trust that once people know that the said gentleman is in Bawku, by this I mean the Kusasis. Now you are sure to have these cacophonous shootings and armed confrontations going on for a long time. No matter how much effort is put into getting these two ethnic groups to come to the negotiation or mediation table, the needs and the interest of one side would definitely have to be that this gentleman would have to exit the area, irrespective of the fact that he's lived on for over decades or years. We are talking about achieving some level of peace in the area. But if we want to achieve that level of peace, then we need to look at the existential triggers that enables these youths to come out and engage. And we are talking about this particular gentleman being one of his presence being one of the other issues. Now we are going into the elections, less than 25 days. How are we even going to map out a strategy with regards to the citizens coming out, okay, and then freely voting without fear of having to be caught up in any, gunfire shooting case? This happens. And how have the security services even mapped out an emergency strategy? What is their emergency preparedness strategy with regards to ensuring that on December 7th, everybody, including the two sides, come out freely and vote for us to have declarations of results, and then peacefully everybody accepts the results? This is what we are looking out for, but I think the stakeholders have much work to do than what is being done now.
Right, we know the government through the Chieftaincy Minister and the Regional Security Council have put in place a number of measures, including instituting a curfew, but we're still seeing a lot of violence despite the 12-hour curfew. Do you think that this is enough?
Well, as I maintain my earlier opinion on curfews. Curfews are just a means to, halt clashes, right? It's a direct or operational prevention measure, which is in itself good, addressing imminent and immediate crises such as these. Now, beyond the curfew, you need to be seen working, sustaining engagement with the two sides. We have to have focal persons within the National Peace Council, within the regional and national House of Chiefs, who are those who are leading the mediation efforts, okay? Curfews are good, but in this case, we see how even with curfews, we still experience an armed confrontation. What is being done with regards to getting the weapons out of the system? The youth that gets the weapons, in view of what self-protection, that is what they will tell you. So they go as far as selling, whatever they can get to get the funds and get the weapons. We need to check our borders that are porous. We need to really scan very well vehicles, carts that are going in and out of the area, okay? But holistically, after curfews, there needs to be much work that is being done.
Right.
But it is not as of now.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Victor. Okay, we do appreciate your expertise on this very matter. Now, it's important that I run you by some very important notes on this Bawku matter since the conflict broke out. So as you can see rightly on our screens, we've had over 200 fatalities since November 2021, already 5 deaths in gun-related clashes in February 2024, more than 15 fatalities reported in a recent clash. Over 1,000 people have been displaced to nearby towns such as Bolgatanga, Navrongo and Sandema, increasing pressure on local resources. We also know that there's been widespread business closures and high unemployment rates due to instability in the region. Also, 27 maternal deaths have been reported between 2021 and 2022 due to restricted healthcare access. And also, some 246 teachers have requested transfers from 2021 to 2023. That's contributing to low school attendance. And then over 500 soldiers have been deployed, stretching government resources to meet security demands.
Welcome to your Election Command Center. Tonight, the Electoral Commission has summoned an emergency IPAC meeting to discuss preparations towards the 2024 general elections. It comes after the EC started nationwide distribution of ballot papers amid concerns over the closure of some polling stations. My colleague Christian Yale is at the meeting and joins us for more. Christian, good evening to you. If you can hear me, what more can you report on this meeting?
Decision because of serialization challenges that it has had with the presidential and also the parliamentary ballot papers for these two regions. I mean the Volta region as well as the Ahafo region. And so it became an emergency. During the course of the printing, issues came up, especially with serialization. So this became very important for the Electoral Commission to take this decision to ensure that there is that fairness and credibility as far as the printing of the ballot papers are concerned. You know that there have been issues already concerning the distribution of the ballot papers. And so this is one way of the EC ensuring that there is that level of fairness in the discharge of its duties. And so as a matter of fact, as it stands right now, we know that back press is going to undertake the reprinting of the ballot papers for the Ahafo region. And then we have the ACT commercials also going to undertake the printing of the ballot papers for the Volta region. What the EC has told the political parties is that it would communicate with them a date and then a time for the discard or the destruction of these ballot papers that it has recalled. And so that communication will be made with or will be communicated to the political parties to ensure that all the agents are present, as well as the security forces are also present, to ensure that this is done in the presence of all of these political parties and their agent. A few issues were raised with the NDC generally satisfied with the outcome of this. They say that they had raised the concern earlier concerning the issues, especially in the voter region. So they are only happy that the EC has taken this action. But you have the NPP's Director of Elections, Evans Nimako, also making, a later point that it appears the NDC is always trying to make that inference that they always come up with issues and then the Electoral Commission responds to them. But generally, the other bit of issues that came up was the fact that the meeting started late and some political parties were not happy with it. But this is the latest in terms of the preparations towards elections, that the EC has recalled the ballot papers for the voter as well as the Ahafo regions due to serialization challenges that it had with the presidential as well as the parliamentary papers. Back to you in studios.
Christian Yales, our man at that EC and IPAC a meeting where there are discussions about the 2024 elections. We are keeping an eye on that on your election command center, and we'll bring you more subsequently.
Right, Aisha, this is your election command center away from the Electoral Commission. Let me take you into the camp of the new Patriotic Party flag bearer, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who says the comeback of former President John Mahama will not yield anything fruitful and would rather set the country on a downward direction. Now, addressing party faithfuls at Adansia Sokwa in the Ashanti region, the flag bearer said under his presidency, women will get access to soft loans for business.
Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia was welcomed by the people and constituents of Adansia Sokwa in the Ashanti region. He was supported by the Member of Parliament for the area, Katie Hammond, and other party functionaries. Addressing the electorate, the Vice President and also MPP flag bearer, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, wondered why the former President John Dramani Mahama is staging a comeback. He says his comeback will reverse the growth trajectory the country has so far chalked.
We have built more sports facilities. We have built more fish landing sites. We have built more courts. We have built more public libraries. The ebe na opese obeye, obetina akunianum, bekanchireno, onchireyen, ishishye bakwa, odi baya, edi mfaso bre Ghana for. Just one. Ose oye juma sinye, ntina bekanchireno say, ope ojini hudia, ombra na yenye debate one-on-one, na yenchiremo emba Ghana for.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for the area, Katie Hammond, asked electorates to ignore the former president and vote for the MPP. Earlier, the flag bearer of the MPP, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, met with the chiefs, the clergy, and the traditional leaders at New Edubiase as part of his stakeholder engagement. He informed them that under his presidency, people living with disability will have access to free tertiary education.
For more, we did them, all persons with disabilities, tertiary education, university training college, Obeko free under my government. The member of Marco free tertiary education, all persons with disabilities. All government recruitment, a very reserved percentage for persons with disabilities, so that we bring them into the employment realm.
And now to the opposition NDC. The party has made a significant educational promise ahead of the 2024 elections, pledging to establish public universities in the newly created regions if the NDC is voted into power. Speaking to chiefs and supporters in the Joabosu constituency of the Western North region, John Mahama emphasized the importance of equal access to higher education across the country.
region a region bia wo hwe NDC a policy a was a region bia enya public university baako enti abra ye wa ban mu na bronga half omuni na Volta region omuni public university UDS ye besi here University of Health and Allied Sciences ewo Volta region ye besi here University of Environment ewo Eastern region ye besi here University of Energy and Renewable Natural Resources ewo bronga half ye besi here enti ya chicha regions no yes 6 new regions ewo ho nyina LCAC University wo and our campuses of university. Intinana sekobase university no edru ho na ye beye university asane amunya hwe musimo yi asase ato ho mo pese mo de tertiary educational institution ye behwe asase no na sajame adoma ye the university na ba.
Elsewhere, the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu-Dampari, has assured of a peaceful election process during the upcoming December polls. At the commissioning of 2 new police stations in the eastern region, he warned individuals or groups who may attempt to disrupt the peace and said they'll face swift action.
Yeah, abattoir edayenim. Sa abattoir na edayenim no, ye ka kire mo se Munka makoma ento muyem bibia ebeye boko.
Do not be deceived by anyone to do anything unlawful. Remember that when there is trouble, you will be alone.
If so niano eba de dia umegyina ho ma. Obama onko awako. Say ye foul na ye do ba beto dan ni mu a. Ufra no grobo na no fon adum. Na yon kwa wasem enti yemma yeni ena ho na yemma ye ho kwan emma obi ena da yen emma ye bibia eti amra e de basabasa beye na yentum susa ne mfa asemma yesrem.
Now, as the December 7 elections inches closer, the Zongo Traditional Council of Chiefs is admonishing followers of political parties, especially the Zongo youth, to conduct a clean and violent-free campaign. Most election hotspot areas are mostly identified in Zongo communities. Now, the group wants a change in narrative going into this year's election, thus urging party activists to tolerate and respect views of each other for a peaceful election. Ibrahim Abubakar joins us from Kumasi for some more perspective. Ibrahim, good evening to you. Why are the opinion leaders and chiefs in the Zongo communities concerned about the role of Zongo youth in the upcoming elections?
Well, Aisha, like you rightly mentioned, if you look at almost all previous elections and you look at areas that have been marked as flashpoints or hotspots, you realize that most of these voting centers are within Zongo communities. And even in recent times, if we can recall, there was a clash or a fighting incident between supporters of the ruling New Patriotic Party and Opposition National Democratic Congress at Mamobi, Zongo. And similar thing also happened at Edra. And all these areas are Zongo-dominated areas. So for the opinion leaders and chiefs of Zongo communities, it is important that as we enter into this crucial election, the youth of Zongo should try and refrain themselves from any action or inaction that will amount to political violence. Because the essence of politics itself is to express divergent views and also champion for development. For that matter, we have to do everything possible to maintain the peace that we are enjoying, even as we try to exercise our franchise. Alhaji Abdul Mumin Abubakar Ali is the secretary of the Zongo Traditional Council of Chiefs, and he has been addressing the media on the need to maintain the peace or preserve the peace that we are enjoying.
As Zongo chiefs and opinion leaders in our community, we wish to state as follows, that no political party can succeed in the atmosphere of violence and anarchy. that nothing about politics is worth killing someone or causing injury to ourselves, brothers and sisters of the same community. We should not allow politics to divide us. While it is important to vote on the voting day, December 7, 2024, we, the Zongo people, should do so peacefully and abide by the rules and regulations of the Electoral Commission.
Ibrahim Abubakar is our Ashanti regional correspondent, bringing us updates on political activities in Zongo communities in Kumasi.
A reminder, so watching News 360, our major news bulletin for the day. We're going to go for a quick break, but just remind you, some good news coming in is that Ghana is leading Angola by a 0-0, goal scored by Jordan Ayew.
Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Bawumia, #1 on the ballot.
You know, 1 bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior. You know, 1 bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus, up to 16 gig extended RAM, world's slimmest, smooth, Corning Gorilla Glass, AMOLED display, fingerprint, always on display, advanced fast charger, AI eraser, wow, new hot, dual speakers, Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus, Infinix Hot 50 series.
Dr. Bawumia once said,
every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities. Under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
Next joke, please. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
I love President Charcoal. Why? When there are so many other charcoal toothpaste. That's both charcoal and lemon. Oh, does it? Yes. Look right here.
Yes. Pepsodent Charcoal has 2 of nature's powerful whitening ingredients. With the power of activated charcoal and lemon essence, it removes stains and whitens teeth naturally.
Convinced?
Well, I am. Just look at your beautiful Pepsodent smiles.
For naturally whiter teeth, Pepsodent Charcoal.
Pepsodent. Come on. Let's go.
Darling natural twists blend with her hair over time.
Yeah, that's perfect.
She's really more beautiful every week. Darling natural twists get better every day, just like you.
I live at Angloga and I had my basic education at Way, a town in the Volta region of Ghana. When I was at JHS, it wasn't easy for me when it comes to my financial aspect because my mom is a seamstress and as well as a trader, and my dad engages in farming activities. But God being so good, the government of Ghana brought up this free SHS policy. So I'm so happy that the government have brought up this policy that is making me also to have access to secondary education. One day I would like to become like the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. That is, I want to become an economist. He is my role model because I believe he has been one of the best economists ever in the world.
Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Bawumia, #1 on the ballot.
Dead spices, taste day inside. But dead spices, yeah, what Jenny say, nanya good taste. If we say, yeah, the natural spices, and yeah, you're gonna hey, Annie, you want all-purpose, stew, noodles, curry, and nutmeg, and a jollof. Dead spices, taste yummy, taste lemon. Dead spices, just day inside. FDIG a jedi in Kratoya too.
For a bank to rely on, let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we say to bank be pray, no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve 10 cause. Every time I know my money's safe, universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. The team in office is chilling, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Dr. Bawku once said,
the economy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
The unemployment rate, which stood at just 8% in 2016, has hit an all-time high of 15%. The latest 2024 Afrobarometer indicates that unemployment is the biggest problem facing the nation. You trust this liar at your own peril. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Here's Kwame and Yao. I've saved, bet saver, win, even if your bet misses.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN.
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the business segment on News 360. My name is Menu Afo. Now let's begin with players in the creative and vocational space as they are urging government to create an enabling environment to foster growth, job creation, and increased exports. As the IP Education to Employment Program, Fashion Education, Richard Ohensika expressed concerns about the high taxes and import duties on equipment used in the sector, which hinders growth and necessitates reconsideration.
Creative industries generate employment opportunities in various fields, promote exports, thereby generating foreign exchange earnings, and contribute significantly to a country's gross domestic product, GDP. However, Ghana's creative and vocational sector faces significant challenges, including high taxes and import duties on essential equipment, hindering the sector's growth and development.
I think that we still need much more enabling environment. It's so expensive getting these equipment to do these productions, and so all we need is enabling environment. Once these systems are in place, we will be able to practice the art easily, and then it is also not difficult to pay tax because the system is easy and friendly to you.
Since its inception, the IP2E program has provided financial and technical support to 30 private higher education institutions, vocational centers, and key educational players, equipping youth with the skills and training needed to thrive in a rapidly evolving job market.
We want to promote a better access to good job and access to quality education for students, especially the ones that are from disadvantaged background, and also to support young girls.
The INP Education to Employment Program was themed Bridging the Gap of Inequalities in Access to Training.
In more stories, Acting Commissioner of the National Insurance Commission, Michael Kofi Andor, has hinted that Ghana's mortality table, currently in development, is expected to be ready by the first quarter of 2025. This table will provide essential data on probability of death for each age group, showing the likelihood that a person will pass away before their next birthday, a crucial information for determining life insurance premiums.
Speaking at the 2024 Actuaries Connect conference in Accra, Acting Commissioner Kofi Andor noted that Ghana's insurers currently rely on foreign mortality tables, which have distinct demographic data that may not accurately reflect Ghana's population.
Some use the South African table, others use the European table, others use the North American tables. But you see, these are not Ghanaian. Their demographics are different from ours, and their people are different from ours. And so sometimes they make adjustment to some of these tables and they apply them to Ghana. But adjustment may not be as appropriate as it should be. For example, the HIV prevalence rate is not very high in Ghana. But some of them may make undue adjustment, increasing that rate so much for us.
Meanwhile, Actuarial Society of Ghana's President Nayel Tego has outlined initiatives underway to enhance non-life actuarial capabilities.
One of the initiatives that we have done and the partners are supporting us is the non-life actuarial capacity development.
Away from that, the rising cost of liquefied petroleum gas is sparking concerns and challenges for consumers. In tonight's special report, we're exploring the underlying reasons, economic implications, and its impact on Ghana's climate change mitigation efforts. Cocoa is concerned about how rapidly the price of LPG has increased over the past few months. In January 2021, liquefied petroleum gas cost 5 cedis 92 pesos per kilogram. In November 2024, it has risen to 18 cedis 61 pesos per kilogram, representing a 214.36% increase till date. While users complain of a strain on their pockets, experts fear the situation could push them away from cleaner fuel to other non-climate friendly options such as charcoal, eventually threatening Ghana's climate change mitigation efforts.
A gas will cost 20 kilos, 4.5 and Sanayama. First in the 2 million, 2.5.
20 kilogram cylinder used to cost 200 Ghana cedis, but now it is 450 Ghana cedis. Look at 10 cedis rise. It has become too expensive.
Almost 10 cedi. First way 5 cedi.
Yeah, BDA because gas this year is too expensive, so you can't buy it. Until I thought check with Kakrania, they are supporting gas. The
13 kg used to be 170 cedis. They increased it to 200 cedis, 220, and right now it's 250 cedis. Only last week, this very Sunday, we feel it was 250 cedis. And the sack of charcoal is 150 cedis. So if we have pressure outside, maybe the customers are coming and the food is getting finished. That's why we use the gas.
Well, that's it for business here on News360. My name is Menu Afo. We have more stories from sports coming up shortly. Please stay tuned.
Do not assume that your name is in the register. Go personally to your polling station.
Driver, I beg, turn off the radio. Nobody is voting this year. I repeat, no one is voting.
Hey, my brother, cool down. What's going on? Why the heat?
I won't waste my time standing in a long queue under the scorching sun to vote for nothing.
Charlie, my brother, I feel you. After all these years of NDC and NPP, what do we have to show? Nothing.
Nothing at all.
In 2000, we said, NPP go fit do better. We gave them the chance. In 2008, we said, NDC go fit change things. We gave them the chance. In 2016, said again, let's give NPP another shot. And now, 2024, we want to repeat the same broken cycle. It no go work.
You're not wrong, This is why me not follow that path anymore. This duopoly has to break. That's why I say we should support Alan Kwejo Chirematin. This man will transform Ghana for real with his great transformational plan. Alan Chirematin is credible, competent, and experienced. With him, it won't be the same old, same old. As for me and my whole family, we are solid yellow army.
Hey, my guy, you are making sense. Oh, for the first time, I feel hope. No more wasted boots. It's Alan's time.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tool required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability. The only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected, because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
MTN.
I'm a Ghanaian and I love luxury and I love democracy.
December 7th, Ghana is voting.
Only peace. Peace, I give it to you all.
I love Ghana.
Peaceful election before, during, and after.
One Ghana.
Peace. Peace to everybody.
One Ghana. Ghana Bawku.
This message brought to you from the Luxury Accredited Trade.
Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia, #1 on the ballot.
Place to thrive.
After this fufu and pepper soup, I go score goals like them the dash points.
Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Good for your jollof, stew, soup, shito, spaghetti, and noodles. Kivo hot pepper. Mokosho.
I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, Soft Care always stays with you.
New Soft Care Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
Soft Care. Protect your leap.
Dr. Baumia once said,
"We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast."
In 2020, we will promise an airport and a harbor. Fast forward to today, absolutely nothing. Show working. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Sunlight.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the sports segment here on News360 with me, Oreku Ampof. We do start off straight from Luanda, where we do have updates for you concerning the critical and important game for the Black Stars, who face Angola in their penultimate game for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. And it's almost halftime in that game between Ghana and then Angola. The Black Stars lead by 1-0 thanks to a free kick goal scored by Jordan Ayew, who has just been announced as the new captain of the team for the international break. The free kick came on the 19th minute, where he beautifully curled the ball past Angolan goalkeeper Neblu. Now, Angola did have an opportunity themselves a few minutes later through Mbala and Zola to get an equalizer. And Manaf Nuruddin stood up strong, saving a penalty from the Angolan to ensure that the Black Stars head into the first half with a 1-0 win. Remember that Ghana needs all 3 points to ensure that they keep their hopes alive of qualifying for the 2025 AFCON. 3 points today, and then they hope that Sudan lose their last game against Angola, and then when Ghana beats Niger, they would qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. So still a lot of work left to do, especially in Luanda, where we're bringing you updates on that, especially on our social media handles at 3SportsGH. Now let's do more here, where Michael Osei, a former Asante Kotoko player and coach, has passed away at the age of 53. Now reports indicate that the gaffer died in London on Friday, November 15, 2024, following an illness. Osei, known for his immense talent as a midfielder, rose to prominence with Okoye United before joining Ghanaian giant Asante Kotoko. His exploits on the pitch earned him a move to Europe, where he featured for German Bundesliga sides Eintracht Frankfurt and Mainz 05. After his retirement, Osei transitioned into coaching and left a lasting mark in Ghanaian football. He managed several local clubs, including New Edibiase, Liberty, and then Bibiani Gold Stars. Well, may his soul rest in peace. Let's still get some more reaction from that and speak to Osei's former teammate, Michael Ekufu, who joins us via the phone lines. Michael, I know it's a very difficult time for you, but if you could just tell us the type of person that Osei was.
Good evening, Ampof. It's a sad day for us as a footballer and as a young coach coming up. Growing up to become a coach in the future, I was looking at him. He was a good coach. He was in charge of our team in 2013-2014 when we won the FA Cup 2-1 against Interlife at the Castle Stadium. I heard the news and I did not believe it until I saw it on my WhatsApp this evening after training. It's a sad day for me. It's a sad day for Kumasi and the Kotoko supporters. It's a sad day for Ghana Football Association. And it has been difficult. Since I came back from training that afternoon, I've been very, very sad. May his soul rest in peace.
Well, indeed, may his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much, Michael Ekufu, for joining us. We'll be speaking to you further to really understand the impact of Michael Osei, who has just passed away. You can get some more sports stories on our social media handles at 3SportsGH or 3News4/sports. My name is Oreku Ampofu.
Dr. Bawku once said,
every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities. Under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
Next joke, please. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president.
Yeah, so just let it be known that Stone Boy Carry Spice come to Ghana for the first time. It was an amazing collaboration. You know, the talent was naturally there. So I mean, I felt like it was just a magical. It was just a vibe.
She's the one who made me do that. To focus here also. She said that. She's the one who made me do that. She said, nah, you know what? I need you to put in some Ghana in there. I said, yes, I was gonna put Ghana already, but which part? She said, yeah, that part there. So I have to focus here also.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
The Queen of Dancehall is in Ghana purposely to shoot the music video for Jiggle and Wine.
Let me tell you something. I've been in the music for 25 years. And so if you do the maths, you know how many places I've traveled to. But this is my most exciting trip yet. Ghana, the Queen is here.
One Queen. The shoot is expected to take place on Sunday, November 17, and fans of both artists are eagerly anticipating the upcoming project. Spice, recognized as one of the most influential figures in dancehall music, is celebrated for her powerful vocals, dynamic performances, and fearless lyrical style.
Up in Ghana, black sexy girl a bubble on the corner. That is the Ghana, the Queen is here.
Now to some more stories. Ghanaian entrepreneur and former Guinness World Records contender Ifua Santo Edonu has announced plans to attempt the longest singing marathon by an individual for a second time. In an Instagram post shared on November 15, 2024, Ifua Santo revealed that the event will take place on December 21, 2024. Although she expressed her excitement about the upcoming attempt, she did not disclose the duration for the record attempt. Here we go. I am excited and ready. Ifua captioned the official flyer announcing the event on Instagram. Well, that's it for the entertainment news segment here on News 360. Do stay tuned to TV3 over the weekend for the amazing packages that we have for you. My name is Noella Donko.
Let's now do some international news.
Dozens of volunteers have entered an abandoned gold mine in South Africa to help what could be thousands of illegal miners who have been underground for a month. Because the miners entered the shaft in Steffontein deliberately, desperate to retrieve gold or mineral residues, the authorities have taken a hard line, blocking food and water supplies. The miners have refused to cooperate with the authorities, as some are undocumented migrants and fear being deported or arrested. There are reports that the miners have been eating vinegar and toothpaste to survive while underground. Illegal miners are called Zama Zama and operate in abandoned mines in the mineral-rich country. Illegal mining costs the South African government hundreds of millions of dollars in lost sales each year. Many South African mines have closed down in recent years and workers have been sacked. To survive, the miners and undocumented migrants go beneath the surface to escape poverty and dig up gold to sell it on the black market.
Well, that's all for News 360. Thanks very much for watching. For more news, you can log on to our website, www.3news.com. My name is Pa Kwesi Asari.
And I am Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Enjoy your weekend.
I'm a Ghanaian and I love luxury accredited faith and I love democracy.
December 7th, Ghana is voting.
Only peace. Peace, I give it to you all.
I love Ghana.
Peaceful election before, during, and after.
One Ghana.
Peace. Peace to everybody.
One Ghana. Ghana Bawku.
This message brought to you from the luxury accredited faith.
Champion.
Luckiest. Star 712 hash. Luckiest everywhere.
8K. Hey, you get an 8K. Get packing so you have to one lie. Hey, wait.
You can put it on his tab. This is my man.
Good luck. Hey, Bill, wait here. We have star 712. It's much more phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest.
Aha, and now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Ah, mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Although who else?
Oh.
Let's choose buy tickets for adults.
Love you, boo boo.
So maybe straight to option 4.
Now you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random ticket. That's it. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
So good, miss.
Hey, there, tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.